Hi. So what's your name and how many years have you been at Degage?
Certainly. I'm Marge Palmerly, the Executive Director of Degage Ministries, and I've been employed here 17 years, and the ministry has been around for 47 years. The mission of Degage is to reflect the love of Christ to all who come through our doors by building relationships and offering programs that foster dignity and respect.
All right. And what is the mission statement of Degage?
I just said it. Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And why did you want to get into this type of work?
Well, for me, I felt a strong calling to work with the poor and marginalized population in our community, and started out volunteering here at Degage a number of years ago, and it was a mission that I embraced the mission, and it appreciated their approach to ministry. So for me, it was a privilege to come on staff here.
All right. And where are some programs Degage offers to their clientele?
Certainly. We're probably best known at Degage for the meals we serve. Last year we served over 55,000 meals in our dining room, and oftentimes someone will come to us for that cup of coffee and then learn about the ID services that we provide, or our resource office where we help connect them with other resources in our community, where we help them with jobs and housing, transportation, medical co-pays, so many ways that we walk alongside people. We have showers and laundromat, hair salon, where we have lockers, we're the mailing address for hundreds of people. And then on our third floor, we have an overnight shelter for women. Every night, up to 40 women sleep here in our facility. And then during the day, we have a patron advocate who walks alongside the women, helps them set goals and achieve those goals, may take them to meet with a landlord, or to Network 180, to DHS, whatever the need is, we walk alongside them.
All right. And what type of people do you, what type of clientele do you see come through here?
Sure. At Degage, we see a wide range of people. There may be some who sleep underneath the bridge or in abandoned buildings. Some stay at one of the 2 local rescue missions. Others live in low-income housing in the neighborhood. So it's a very diverse population.
Okay, and what programs do you offer for the clientele who come through Degage?
Certainly. Lots of ways that we walk alongside them. I kind of mentioned them before, the various programs we have. We also have we call it a jobs program, where the neighborhood folks do a janitorial job, like sweep and mop the floor, take out the trash, scrub the grill, and then they earn either a bus ticket or a voucher that's good in our facility. So it allows them to be a recipient, a participant rather than just a recipient. So it allows them to feel good about participating.
Awesome. What are some hopes for your clientele for the future? What hopes or goals do you have for them?
Certainly. And at Degage, each individual person, we sit down and we'll talk to them, because every person is unique. And our goal is to treat them with dignity and respect and help them to be all that God calls them to be. So for some, that is having that social interaction. They may tend to withdraw and become depressed when they're just living in their apartment. So for them, it may be encouraging them to come down and socialize in our dining room. For others, it's allowing them to do one of those 30 jobs that we have a day that allows them to feel good about participating. For others, it's encouraging them to get a job in our community and to overcome some of those obstacles. So for some of the women, it's working with them to get their children back. So for each individual person, it could be different.
All right. And how do businesses and events such as Art Prize affect your clientele you see on a day-to-day basis?
Well, our clientele enjoy Art Prize. They enjoy the activity in the neighborhood. They enjoy interacting with the people on the streets. They enjoy seeing the art just like everyone else does. Many of the people we serve are very, very talented, and some have some art in Art Prize. So for them, it's a fun time that they look forward to.
All right. What type of how do the new like mixed income housing and just all the developments here affect the clientele?
Certainly, and there is some fear and trepidation when development happens in a neighborhood where they feel comfortable. So for some, it's uneasy sense. Others welcome the development with diversity. So we always work to help our patrons to be good neighbors, and we have a good neighbor committee where we invite our people we serve to be out picking up trash and meeting the people who are moving into the neighborhood and trying to get to know our neighbors. And so I think for a lot of the people that we serve, they really appreciate the renewed interest in this neighborhood.
Awesome. Specifically, what are Degage's hopes for the future, hopes and goals? What specifically can you tell us?
Certainly. Well, one thing Degage does is sit down with the people we serve and find out how we can work together with them. We do a lot of focus groups, a lot of surveys, and say what's missing in your neighborhood, how can we help you achieve those goals. So our goals for the future are to continue meeting needs, whatever is defined, and oftentimes that changes. And so being in contact with the people we serve and walking alongside them and encouraging them.
All right, can you tell me a little bit more about the patient advocate?
Certainly, yes. We had a patron advocate for the women for a couple years now, and we've just now this year added a patron advocate for the men. So oftentimes the social service model is you deal with the people who come through your doors, and for us, we want to physically walk alongside them, to take them to appointments, take them to a doctor's appointment, or to fill out an application, whatever that may be, whether that's going shopping to Goodwill to get pots and pans when they move into an apartment, or whether that's to meet with a counselor, whatever it is, whether it's to go to a bank and open a new account. So many of those things can be scary if you're doing them on your own. But if you have someone who will walk alongside you. You know, there was recently a woman who we had made a reference to Heart of the City to get glasses. And we had paid for her to go get the new glasses, but she continued to have her old broken ones that were like this. And finally I said to her, you know, why don't you go get your new glasses? And she said, I don't know what door to go in. And so we had somebody go with her and get her new glasses. So oftentimes if someone's depressed or they suffer from anxiety or ADHD or any range of issues, some of these goals that are set for them can be overwhelming. So having a patron advocate walk alongside them and help them access those services, we have found that makes a huge difference. It cut in half the length of time that a woman stayed with us when she had someone who actually walked alongside her. So we're excited about offering that for the men too, and that's just a joy that we have of actually walking alongside.
That's awesome. And finally, what's for the viewers, what stereotypes for your clientele would you want them to know that maybe are myths or that you hear all the time? What would you like the viewers to know?
Well, certainly. Oftentimes, people do not realize the number of people in our community who are actually homeless or struggling. At Degage, we see between 400 and 500 people every day. And for us, those are individuals who would have trouble living independently if it wasn't for the social service agencies in this community. We have a strong network of social service agencies, and as executive directors we meet monthly. There's an organization called HNCP, Heartside Neighborhood Collaborative Program, and we come together collectively to say what are the gaps in services and where is duplication. So I would love to have people know that we do work together, and that whether it's around housing issues, there's really a shortage of affordable housing, so we come together to address those issues and to speak with one voice. And there's transportation issues, so we're dealing on that. So just working together as a neighborhood.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, edit it away and feel free to to cut out all those ums and places where I stuttered.